Three apex eagles, a hypothetical contest on a neutral battlefield. It's a question that has captivated ornithologists and wildlife enthusiasts for decades. If these titans were to meet, who would emerge victorious? To answer that, we must first establish the rules of engagement. Our combatants are mature, healthy females. In the world of raptors, sexual dimorphism means the females are consistently larger, stronger, and often more formidable hunters than their male counterparts. They represent the absolute peak of their species' power. The arena is a neutral, open woodland edge, a carefully chosen environment featuring a mix of open sky, scattered mature trees, and large boulders. This terrain offers no inherent advantage to any single combatant, testing their adaptability. There will be no human interference. This is not a spectacle. It is an exercise in applied biology, a thought experiment grounded in scientific principles. We will analyze these magnificent predators based on a strict and comprehensive set of criteria. First, size and mass, which dictates momentum in a dive and the sheer force of impact. Then, wingspan and wing loading, the ratio of weight to wing area, which determines soaring efficiency versus explosive agility. We will examine their primary weapons, talon length and grip strength, the tools of capture and dispatch, and their secondary tool, beak shear force, used for tearing and disabling. We'll analyze their flight performance, raw speed and crucial agility, which governs both attack and evasion. Finally, we will consider the intangibles of hunting style and aggression, what we might call battle IQ. Our analysis is grounded in field observations, morphology, and the unyielding physics of survival. In the vast and varied landscapes of our planet, evolution has sculpted birds of prey of almost unimaginable power. At the very pinnacle of this avian dominion stand three titans, each a master of its own realm, each a perfect killing machine, honed by millennia of adaptation. From the Americas, the Harpy eagle, a phantom of the dense rainforest canopy. From Southeast Asia, the Philippine eagle, a regal and ferocious monarch of its island home. And from the frigid coasts of the North Pacific, the Steller sea eagle, a heavyweight champion of the frozen northern coasts. We begin with a concise statistical breakdown. These raw numbers form the foundation of our analysis, the objective data upon which our entire comparison rests. The Harpy eagle, a female, can weigh up to 9 kilograms with a wingspan of 2.2 meters. Its defining features are its immense talons and powerful build. The Philippine eagle, a slightly lighter contender, weighing up to 8 kilograms, but with a similar wingspan around 2.2 meters. It is distinguished by its laterally compressed beak and formidable crest. The Steller sea eagle, the heavyweight, tipping the scales at up to 9.5 kilograms, with an enormous wingspan that can reach 2.5 meters. Its massive beak and sheer bulk are its trademarks. This exploration will be thorough and methodical. We will weigh the evidence for each contender, round by round, to determine a victor based on our stated neutral conditions. It is crucial to acknowledge, however, that in a different arena, a dense jungle, an open sea, or a wind-swept mountain range, the calculus of victory could shift dramatically. Prepare for a clash of avian titans. We begin our journey deep within the emerald labyrinth of the neotropical rainforests, a world of staggering biodiversity and perpetual twilight that stretches from southern Mexico to northern Argentina. This is the domain of the Harpy eagle, Harpia harpia. It is a creature of shadow and surprise, a master of the ambush. Its name, derived from the harpies of Greek mythology, fierce winged spirits, is a fitting tribute to its spectral presence. One almost never sees it coming. Its very existence is a testament to the intense evolutionary pressures of hunting in such a complex, three-dimensional environment. The canopy is a maze of trunks, vines, and leaves. Here, brute force alone is insufficient. It must be paired with an almost supernatural stealth and agility to succeed. The female harpy, significantly larger than the male, can weigh up to 9 kilograms, or 20 pounds, making her one of the world's most powerful eagles. This mass is not for show, it is functional. providing the momentum needed to strike and hold onto large, struggling prey. While its wingspan, reaching up to 224 centimeters, or 7 feet 4 inches, might seem modest for its mass, this is a specific and deadly adaptation. This results in a high wing loading, sacrificing soaring efficiency for power. These relatively short, broad wings are like the control surfaces of a fighter jet, granting it extraordinary maneuverability. They allow it to execute sharp turns, vertical dives, and sudden stops, navigating the dense latticework of branches and vines with breathtaking speed and precision. It is a feathered specter, moving through the canopy not as a soaring monarch, but as a silent, deadly projectile. It can launch from a perch and accelerate to nearly 80 kilometers per hour in seconds, weaving through obstacles that would ground a lesser bird. Its primary targets are the arboreal mammals that share its high-altitude world, sloths and monkeys. These are not simple prey. They are intelligent, agile, and often heavy, weighing as much as the eagle itself. To snatch them from the treetops requires a unique set of tools, a specialized arsenal built for overwhelming power and a swift, decisive strike. The harpy's legs are astonishingly thick and powerful, comparable in circumference to a human wrist. This immense strength, generated by dense muscle and bone, is channeled directly into its talons, which are simply enormous, the largest of any extant eagle. The rear talon, or hallux claw, is a scythe of keratin that can grow up to 13 centimeters long, larger than the claws of a fully grown grizzly bear. The grip strength is estimated to be over 530 pounds per square inch, enough to crush a human arm. These are not just for gripping, they are daggers designed to puncture vital organs and crush bone, delivering a fatal blow on impact. The harpy doesn't just catch its prey, it executes it with surgical, overwhelming force. The stage is set. 3 apex avian predators, each a monarch in its own realm, are brought together for a contest of equals. We begin with the first trial, a critical test of aerial dominance. Round 1, air superiority. The arena is neutral ground, an open woodland edge, a mix of scattered trees and clearings that challenges both open sky specialists and canopy hunters. Here, we will measure the fundamental tools of an eagle's trade: wingspan and wing loading, which dictate endurance and lift, cruising speed for patrolling the territory, dive acceleration for the critical attack stoop, and crucially, control and turning radius near the treacherous treetops. Every flap, every glide, every banking turn will be scrutinized. First, the northern behemoth, Steller's sea eagle. This is the heavyweight of the eagle world, carrying the greatest average mass. Its long, broad wings are built for endurance, allowing it to soar efficiently on thermal updrafts and coastal winds with minimal effort. This translates to exceptional energy conservation over long distances, but do not mistake efficiency for passivity. When it commits to an attack, that immense mass, combined with a high wing loading, allows it to build and carry tremendous momentum. It accelerates hard and fast in straight-line dives, becoming a living projectile. Its sheer presence in the air is a statement of power. Next, the monkey-eating king, the Philippine eagle. A master of the complex three-dimensional rainforest, it possesses strong, relatively long wings for a forest raptor. This morphology is a perfect compromise, granting it the power to lift heavy prey while retaining the agility needed to navigate a cluttered environment. In our woodland edge arena, this translates to superb control. It excels in managing unpredictable gusts along the tree line and can execute sharp, precise turns that other eagles of its size would struggle to replicate. Its flight is a blend of raw power and surgical precision, a testament to its high battle IQ in the air. Finally, the harpy eagle, the ghost of the Amazon. It has the shortest and broadest wings of the three, a classic adaptation for a life spent hunting beneath a dense canopy. This wing shape provides phenomenal acceleration over short distances and an unrivaled ability to pivot and weave through tangled branches. It can launch from a standstill to attack speed in a heartbeat. However, this specialization comes at a cost. In open stretches, these wings are less efficient, requiring more energy to maintain sustained speed. Crossing open ground is a tactical problem for the Harpy, not a strategic advantage. As the engagement begins, the differences become stark. In shallow dives, Steller converts its superior mass directly into blistering speed, a freight train descending from the sky. The Philippine Eagle, unable to match this raw momentum, counters with strategy. It uses its crisp turns and tight corrections to stay unpredictable, forcing the Stellers into maneuvers where its wider turning radius becomes a liability. The Philippine Eagle fights a smarter, more agile battle in the air. At treetop height, the contest intensifies. The Philippines' superior maneuverability keeps its options open, allowing it to feint, reposition, and choose the angle of attack. Steller's, while less nimble, imposes its will through sheer power and a longer reach, forcing confrontations where its momentum can be brought to bear. The Harpy, meanwhile, is forced to play a different game. It uses the scattered trees as cover, attempting to create the close-quarters ambushes it excels at, but finds itself exposed and outpaced in the open gaps between them. The verdict for this round comes down to the specific demands of the arena. The open woodland air, with its mix of clearings and obstacles, favors a balance of speed retention and agile control. The Harpy's extreme specialization for dense canopy hunting becomes a clear disadvantage here. Its flight is too costly, its top-end speed insufficient to compete with the other two contenders in this environment. Elimination: Harpy Eagle. A supreme ambush predator, but in this round, its wings are not suited for the open battlefield. It finishes last in the air. Round 2. The battle comes to the ground. Clinch and ground engagement. With the aerial contest decided, the fight becomes a brutal test of physical strength and weaponry. The criteria are precise: the power of the initial grip, the length and curvature of the rear hallux, the killing talon, the sheer crushing potential of the feet, the stability of the stance on uneven ground, and the leverage and destructive power of the beak in a close-quarters grapple. This is where a fight is won or lost in seconds. The Philippine Eagle enters this round with a reputation for ferocity and a high battle IQ. It is known for aggressive lightning-fast entries, aiming to establish a dominant grip from the outset. Its stance is solid, and its initial clamping force is immense, designed to immobilize agile prey like monkeys in an instant. It doesn't just hold, it crushes. Once a grip is secured, its beak comes into play. Deep, narrow, and laterally compressed, it functions like a razor-sharp axe. This tool is not for prying, but for shearing through flesh and sinew with devastating efficiency once control of the opponent is established. It is a weapon of finishing precision, but Steller's Sea Eagle brings a different, overwhelming advantage to the grapple: mass. Its superior weight fundamentally shifts the balance of power in any shoving match or drag. While its talons are shorter than a Harpy's, they are backed by massive, powerful feet that provide incredible leverage and pinning power. It doesn't need to outmaneuver an opponent on the ground if it can simply overpower and immobilize them under its bulk. On the semi-open ground of our arena, this combination is lethal. Momentum from the air carries into a powerful impact, and its weight creates immense top pressure, crushing an opponent against the earth. Once a hold is set, its colossal beak, the largest and deepest of any living eagle, multiplies the damage. It's a can opener, a pry bar, and a cleaver all in one, capable of tearing apart frozen carcasses. The Philippine Eagle is no easy opponent. It answers the Steller's brute force with fierce, intelligent clinch entries. It uses its agility to attempt targeted strikes at vulnerable points: the eyes, the neck, the joints between armor-like feathers. Its attacks are smart, relentless, and highly coordinated, a flurry of calculated violence aimed at disabling the larger foe before its weight can become the deciding factor. But in a sustained grapple, where both combatants are locked together, physics becomes the ultimate arbiter. Mass is the tiebreaker. The ability to control the opponent's posture, to dictate the position of the fight, and to bring overwhelming force to bear is what decides the outcome. Flourish and agility are countered by immovable, grinding control. Verdict: the Philippine Eagle's intelligence and ferocity make it a formidable duelist. However, on the semi-open ground of the woodland edge, Steller's sea eagle's advantages in mass and leverage are decisive. It can absorb the initial attack and turn the fight into a contest of pure strength, a contest it is built to win. Elimination, Philippine eagle. A brilliant and courageous fighter, a true king of its domain. But in this specific contest of strength, it is ultimately outmuscled and outleveraged by the northern giant. Final round, the neutral open woodland edge. After 2 grueling rounds of elimination, one contender remains. Steller's sea eagle. It stands alone, having proven its superiority in this specific arena. Let's recap the attributes that brought it to victory. It possesses the heaviest average mass among all eagles, a foundational advantage. Its broad wings are masterful at harnessing the wind, allowing it to patrol with great efficiency and carry its formidable speed directly into contact. Its high wingspan and wing-loading support efficient long-duration patrols, but more importantly, they allow it to build and maintain momentum. When this eagle commits to an attack, that momentum compounds the force of impact, staggering its opponent before the grapple even begins. Its talons, while not the longest, are set in immensely strong feet, designed for gripping large, powerful prey like salmon. They secure traction, pinning the opponent and creating the stable base required for its primary weapon to go to work. And that weapon is the bill. The largest and most powerful among all eagles, it adds decisive tearing, prying, and crushing power in close quarters combat. It is the tool that ends the fight. This is not to say the Steller's is without weakness. Its limitations remain clear. In the dense, multi-layered maze of a rainforest, its long wings would become a significant hindrance, and its flight style would be far less effective. But that is not our stated arena. Our criteria for this battle were comprehensive: size and mass, wingspan and wing loading, talon and beak forces, speed, agility, hunting style, and battle IQ. In the specific context of a woodland edge, the formula for victory favored the attributes of the Stellers. The decisive package in this semi-open terrain is momentum-driven impact, followed by an overpowering grip that enables the colossal beak to deliver overwhelming force under complete control. Result: a consistent and decisive advantage across all exchanges at the woodland edge. Final verdict: champion, Steller's sea eagle. It is crucial to remember that in another battlefield, a tight, three-dimensional rainforest maze, the calculus of this fight would shift dramatically. The agility of the Philippine eagle and the ambush prowess of the Harpy would likely grant one of them the crown. But here, under these conditions, the outcome is clear. Mass, momentum, and the most formidable beak in the eagle kingdom tip the scales decisively at our neutral edge. We grant the fullest respect to the eliminated titans, the Harpy and Philippine eagles. They are not lesser birds. They are specialists, perfectly and beautifully honed by evolution for their own unique realms. But under the stated conditions of this specific contest, one bird stands above the rest. Winner, Steller's sea eagle. What matchup would you like to see analyzed next? Choose your contenders in the battlefield in the comments below. Like and subscribe for more applied biology, where facts, physics, and evolution decide the fight.